Women Raw Talk. Okay, it's all the way live. There you see girlfriend Peggy doing her thing, getting ready for showtime, and so we want you to join us tonight. We had some hot topics lined up tonight. We had some. We wanted to talk about sexsomnia and monkeypox, but I tell you what, can't talk about sexsomnia and monkeypox because there've been too many shootings. And so how can we ignore that? We can't ignore it. So we're going to talk to you tonight about how you feel about it and what you think we can do about it, because it's important. It's important for the safety of our children and for the continuation of our communities and our families that we talk about what can be done. And so tonight we invite you to join us on Raw Talk on Facebook and on Real As Women Raw Talk on YouTube. So y'all get ready. It's time for Raw Talk Live.
Yay, oh yay, 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 yay. No, I'm not perfect, no. I made my mistakes, no.
And then right now, hi girlfriend Peggy, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. Letting everybody know on Facebook that they can join us tonight on Raw Talk Live, and that we had a lot of things that we wanted to talk about, but I don't know, really how uh, appropriate that is with the Uvalde shooting and just all of the shootings that have been going on recently.
Yeah.
Um, we have to pay respect and homage to all of the victims and their families. And really, as a country, we've been victimized. And it's just very sad to me that somebody would go in and kill a whole room full of children. And so, my question is that mental illness? Is that mental illness? Is that mental illness, or is that evil? And and then what do we do about it? What do we do about the gun laws? Um, or is it just a mute point? Do we never get to um, do anything about it, really? So you're invited to join us on YouTube and on Facebook right now for Raw Talk. And so I don't know how you feeling, girlfriend Peggy. You look real cute though.
Thank you. Thank you. It's real hot in here. It's hot in here. Um, I'm feeling solemn. I guess this on the piggybacks of my mom and my brother. Now these kids, and I think about my own grandchild leaving every day to go to school, and
Exactly.
how precious she is to me, and if she would never come home again. And when it comes to my kids and my grandbabies, that's my heartstrings. So
Yes.
this event again, I know we've had them in the past, but it's just somehow this one just seeming like it's hitting a little bit differently.
Yeah, it
19,
is.
19 children in one classroom and two adults. It's just horrifying. It's sad. It's just, when will it ever stop? Will it ever stop? Like you say, will it ever stop? Is it evil or is it mental illness? I don't think the young man had mental illness problems. They didn't mention it. They haven't said anything about him being a special needs or a mental illness. Sometimes these kids just get angry at
Yeah.
whoever, whatever, and they want to take it out on somebody.
Exactly. And it sounds like that might have been the case. Hi. Um, well, welcome to Raw Talk Live. We invite you to go to Facebook right now at Raw Talk, or to YouTube at Real As Women Raw Talk, and join us tonight in conversation as we talk about the shootings that have been occurring in our country and what can be done about it. Do the gun laws need to be changed? Does everybody need to be strapped? Uh, is it mental illness, or is it evil? What exactly is it? What is going on? So we're going to say goodbye to Facebook and concentrate on doing Raw Talk on Facebook at Raw Talk, and on YouTube at Real As Women Raw Talk. And it's AS, by the way. Join girlfriend Peggy and me, Miss B, in conversation. We would appreciate it greatly. Be blessed. So yeah, I don't know. And you know what? Hi, Exquisite. Welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. I don't know, just feeling kind of solemn tonight. I heard somebody say I was in a chat room in Clubhouse, and she said, this happened just a couple of days before school is out for summer.
Mm.
And that means, you know, these parents are going to they're shopping for coffins for their children. They're planning funerals, and any family reunion, special events, parties, any trips that had been planned for the summer, that's done. That's done. And and then what about the other children, the siblings of the children? I don't know. How did this person get past any school security? He was not an elementary school student. He was not, what was he, 19 or something?
High school,
He
yeah, the
Yeah,
young
he was
adult.
in high school. And how is it that I can post a comment on Facebook under somebody's post and say, I think I said something about, I said, oh, she's a stupid white bitch, or, something slick I said. And within
They was
two
on you.
seconds, they was on me. Oh, that violates our community standards. You can't call a stupid bitch a stupid bitch. That's a violation. You can do that.
They had
But
you in the Facebook jail. Uh-huh.
right, and I'm in Facebook jail and can't join any groups or, anything like that. What the F is up with that? And you can do that real quick, but how come the algorithm didn't catch him saying, I'm gonna kill somebody today. I'm gonna kill my grandma. Well, I just shot my grandma. Now I'm gonna go shoot up a school. Where was Facebook, social media, I don't know, Twitter,
The
Snapchat,
friend,
Instagram? Where was the algorithm then? Where was Siri? That bitch. you
well,
know.
he had sent a couple of messages to his friends, some pictures of the rifle, and sent the friend a picture, and he told him he was going to do something, you'll see, or something like that, or some type of little message. He was trying to kind of put it out there, but not put it out there to a male friend of his.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
When they
guess that
said,
was,
what you gonna do with all that ammunition? What
yeah.
you gonna do with those guns? Oh,
Mhm.
you'll see. See, to me, I'm with you. That's more evil than
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pre-planned.
That's
It was
Carletha. Don't
premeditated.
don't don't strain your eyes. That's Carletha saying good evening. Good evening, Carletha. Good evening, exquisite.
Beautiful.
you
Yeah, yeah,
what's up with that?
yeah. It was premeditated. It was evil. He had on his armory. He had on a bulletproof vest. He probably knew he was gonna die, so he was prepared. He was swift. He was smooth because he got past not one officer at the school, but then he encountered another two more officers at that school, and somehow he got beyond those two, and that's when they called for backup and alerted other agencies and police that it was an issue, a problem going on at the school. But I'm sure by that time, by the time they could radio in good, I'm sure he was already in the classroom starting to
Yeah,
shoot
but
kids.
he got past them how? He said what
Yeah,
to them?
I don't know what he said because,
Because
like
you
you said,
supposed I go to pick up my grandbaby from school. I have to come in there with my ID at the
ID and
at,
get your, yeah, or get a thing to go in the classroom or go on the school campus. You got to get a sticker like you in the hospital.
Yeah,
with your name on it, saying, you got business there. If you don't have that sticker on and you haven't checked in, you shouldn't be on the premises.
exactly.
So
You
he
know,
got past them. How?
how? What did he say to them? What did they ask him?
Then he looked suspicious. He was
What
carrying
did he
a rifle. Where did he have this rifle that they couldn't see it? Did he have on a
exactly?
trench coat? Did loose baggy pants that he just had it down on the side of the pants? Where did he conceal this weapon that they
And
couldn't
where
see
was
it?
he going and why? Why are you in, without proper check-in? What is your intention here? Where are you going? What are
What's
you
your
doing?
business there?
You know,
You can't state your business, so you need to turn around.
and exactly. Well, we need to detain you. So it's going to be interesting to see if schools across the country now get even more diligent. If you remember, after 9/11, we got Homeland Security, and everything changed about how you went to the airport. What you had to do when you got to the airport, you had to take off your shoes, and and all kinds of search. You got to be
Pat
scanned, and
down.
so, they intensified the security. How are we going to intensify the security for our children in schools? How can we? And are we just doomed to always have to talk about it, have to suffer through it, like the children at Sandy Hook? Do we just suffer through that, and we put up prayers, and we change the banner on our Facebook page, and and put up different posts, and have conversations like the one we're having now, and have a coverage of one funeral after the other, and then we settle down and stop talking about it and forget about it, and nothing happens and nothing changes, and then it happens again. You got them coming into the church, killing up black people in church. You got them going to the grocery store, killing up black people in the grocery store. Both of them were done by white males who did not get shot and killed by the police, but they killed this boy.
You know what? He didn't kill a bunch of black people.
That's why they killed him.
That's why they killed him. If he would have killed all black people, he might have walked out and went to McDonald's like the guy did the other day. He might have walked out with not a scratch on him. He might not have got arrested. I mean, shot or harmed or anything. But it's a mixture of children and people that got killed. So they had to take them out. They had
Yeah.
to.
Well, yeah, but the majority, I think maybe about 80% of them are Mexican. That is a poor,
They're not black.
Mexican neighborhood,
They still
and
not
he
black.
was too. He, he was too. So I don't get it. So you think that if he had killed some black people or some,
Majority black people, he might have walked out and left scot free skipping. He might have. We don't know. What's the pattern? What are we seeing? Like I say, we see these kids getting shot, running away from the scene with their hands in the air, um, in handcuffs. They shooting them down on the ground, knee on neck. They choking them out. They doing all kind of manner of evil to people who don't deserve that type of treatment, and definitely don't deserve to be killed. But you have situations where you're killing more than one. You're just taking upon yourself to take out multiple people at a time, and you're allowing this person to walk away freely. So so what? Is it the officers that's on the scene at the time? Different training, not the same protocol for every jurisdiction. It's got to be something that's going on that's differently, that these officers are handling this crime scene so differently.
I don't know, but I sure would like to know. And they say that the first responders are having a very difficult time. All of those people now have been traumatized. They're going to suffer from PTSD for the rest of their lives for what they had to see going into that classroom and seeing those babies and everything in that condition. Um, it's really painful. So how do we fix it, and how do we heal? And why is it that America has these issues when they don't have them in other countries?
And
um
if they happen, then we're definitely not hearing about them. I
no.
haven't heard about a mass shooting in another country in how long?
Forever.
You know? Huh?
Forever.
Right.
Forever.
So
So I don't know. What do you think? Do we all, because I thought about, I said, well, dang, if somebody in that grocery store had been strapped, he wouldn't have got to, he wouldn't have had an opportunity to kill so many people. And that might be the case or might not. Do you think that's the solution? You all got to let us know, chime in. Thanks for joining us on Raw Talk Live. Uh, if you're on YouTube, we ask that you please subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so that you know anytime that we have gone live. But it's a sad state of affairs that we're in. And then on the other hand, you have people who don't want their rights tampered with, their right to bear arms, their right to protect themselves, their right to carry a firearm, and everything. And so, what do you do now? I heard somebody else make a very good suggestion. I don't know. See, this might be something that can be implemented as part of beefing up the security in schools. But she said if maybe every quarter there was an assessment of every child, to check on them in some kind of way to see what their mental or emotional state was. What is like, because a lot of kids fly under the radar. They come from troubled homes, or they've got things going on in their lives that people don't know about, or that the school is not aware of, and it causes them heartache or hardship. They might be being bullied at school, or abused at home, or any of those kind of things. And if every child could be assessed at least on a quarterly basis while they're in school, so you can kind of monitor them and see if you notice any changes in behavior, or things like that that might bring on or might show to have violent tendencies. Want to give a shout out to Sinitra. Hey, baby, thanks for being in the building. Sinitra, you were an educator of young children for a long time. Is that something that would be beneficial to to us as a community, to have these children assessed to see what their mental state is? Because a lot of times you're just not going to know how they are mentally, or if they're having a problem, or something that's causing them anger that would make them want to lash out at a bunch of people. And I tell you what else too, those doggone video games that these, primarily the boys play. Uh, um, what
a
is
lot of
it?
shooting and killing.
Yeah, lots of shooting and killing. That Grand Theft Auto, is full of violence and sex, inappropriate sex. Man on man sex. It's full of all of that. And these kids play these games. It is programmed into their delicate subconscious. That you can run around and kill people, and there's no consequences. Uh, that type of thing, not good. Not a good thing for the kids to be doing. And we talk about TV being bad for them, but to lose yourself in a world. Now you've got this other thing you can put on your head, and and just be somewhere else. Yeah, and immerse yourself. These children immerse themselves in that, and 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 it can't be good.
Right. They live for that. I mean, to
Good.
get go home and get on these games and to play.
Right. When they really need to be outside running around. Do we need to have more programs for them after school, not just to take care of you after school, but where they can really go and play some sports and do some things that the types of things that um teaches you sportsmanship and how to get along with people and what it means to be on a team and what it means to compromise and what it means to be focused or determined, all of the kind of positive metaphors for life that you get from playing sports. So are we lacking
And
that in
just
the
being
community?
involved, because like I said, when I was a child, I was a member of, I was a part of the after school YMCA. I mean, the Boys and Girls Club. That's where I played.
Yes.
That's where I learned how to swim, play foosball, air hockey, all the games that you play, football and all this, the first base, second base, what's that? Kickball.
Kickball.
All those types of games that we used to play, hopscotch and double dutch and all that. That's where you did all these things. And it was the best time ever. I mean, it was just, you look forward to going to the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, where
You
you
know?
learn how to skate or ride a bike or a hula hoop or, all of those kind of things that we like to do. And
Yeah. We didn't have
I
time for
I
that.
don't see them doing that. Children don't go outside to play. We couldn't wait to get outside and play
Right.
all of those games with each other. We would play I declare war and kick the can and red light, green light, one, two, three, and run, catch, and kiss, and all of that kind of stuff. I don't see the children doing any of those kind of things at all. Sinitra says that it would be helpful what I said about assessing the children on a quarterly basis to see where they are mentally and emotionally so you're not taken by surprise. I'm sure somebody had to know that this guy was a little off. Even though they say he has no record of mental health issues, that doesn't mean that he was okay.
No, they say he worked for a fast food place and he came to work. He did his work. He was a loner. He didn't socialize with anybody on the job. He didn't have too much to say. He did his work. He went home. He came in, picked up his check, and he was out. Period. He didn't have nothing much to say to nobody. He was kind of a loner to himself type of fella. He wasn't doing all that interacting and cheesing up and high fiving and stuff. He was there, but he wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? He just
Yeah.
came there to do his job and went home.
Hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Sinitra says it would be somewhat helpful to do the assessment of children on a quarterly basis, but no counseling is going to help hatred. There is a difference in mental illness and pure evil or demonic hatred.
Yeah. And
And
how much manpower would that take to actually do that? How many people would you have to have doing that on a regular to get through all those kids every 3 months
yeah,
per school? That's a lot
right.
of people you're hiring now to bring on board to do that.
Yeah. And they have to be special people and specially trained. It's not
To
just like,
notice and
oh,
pick out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Pick up on
Um,
things.
Sinitra says it's a fact that those games, and we're talking about the video games that the children play, that those games are subliminal hypnosis, and she believes he was interacting with demons. And I think there's no for a lot of people there's no denying that. We understand that we're physical, but we operate in a spiritual realm. And in order for there to be light, there has to be dark. In order for there to be up, there's got to be down. In order for there to be good, there's got to be evil. And so there you go. Yes, girlfriend.
Yeah, when we just had a talk the other day, we were saying that the Uber driver that said he heard voices, and every time the Uber would ping for him to drop somebody off or to pick somebody up, he would hear voices telling him to kill somebody. He would ride around from place, and when the ping came on, he would go and get out of his car and shoot somebody. He shot a older woman. her granddaughter and the best friend coming out of a Denny's or a Cracker Barrel somewhere. He shot them in their car in the parking lot. He pulled up to a car dealership. He shot a dad and a son, or and he was just randomly shooting and killing people because he said that he was hearing voices in his head was telling him to kill. We don't know what happened to this guy. The story just disappeared off the scene. Don't know if he in jail doing time or if he just seeing a mental, the person every now and then, and he walking around free. I don't know, but that's not the only cases where they had said something told him to kill.
And many would say that that's evil or demonic spirit, but can that be corrected with the proper diagnosis and medication? So was he schizophrenic? Schizophrenia used to be regarded as such, that you were possessed, and that's why you heard all of these different voices, and and why people had multiple personalities. It had something to do with being possessed. But we also treat these people with with drugs that help keep that in check. So is it evil, or is it schizophrenia, or some other form of mental illness? Whatever it is, we've got to do something different about it. And like I said, or does it just happen and we get in an uproar? We march, we protest, we do a lot of things, and then we just calm down because it is what it is. And that's life. It's unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. And and someone else in the room said something about the penalties need to be more grave. They need to be harsher. Well, I don't know what's more harsh than being jailed for life, or sentence, or receiving the death sentence that is eventually done, because people appeal that death sentence thing. They'll live forever behind that. You waiting to kill somebody and you die first. You don't even see them get dead because they're so busy appealing and all of that stuff. And I
All
don't
right.
know that it's a deterrent. It's a deterrent for me because I'm in my right mind, praise God. But is that a real deterrent for somebody who is mentally ill
I don't
or
think
who
so.
is demonically possessed?
They're not worrying about the consequences when they're doing their business.
No, no.
They're not worrying about the consequences.
Hi, Darren. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being there. Darren,
Hey,
you got to
Dr.
let us know how you feel about the violence that's going on. Do you think we would be better off if everybody was just strapped so we could just whip out the jammy and
Well,
flat blast anybody who needed to have it done? Or is there something else that we should look at and do? Do you think that the recent shootings are evil, or is it because people are mentally ill? We'd like for you to know. I see you in the I see everybody in the virtual building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your comments. Your comments let me know that you are really with us. So we'd love to hear from you. Hello, Carletha, my love. Welcome back. Carletha says that some school knows of of the bullies in school, and then they look the other way. But what happens to the child when you feel there's nowhere or no one to go to? Maybe he just stayed out of some people's way because of some other people's stupidity. Entirely possible. Um, oh, I think bullshit. If you want me to say bullshit, Carletha, I don't mind saying bullshit. I'll say the word bullshit. I think Carletha is being respectful and conservative, but some school knows of the bullshit that's in there. I think that's what she meant. And then they look the other way. And that's what I was saying about, if we assess the children regularly, then, can you really look the other way? And then once you find out something is up with them, then what do? I mean, all of it is a catch 22. Um, Indeed, Sanitra says we are living in perilous times and things will get worse. We must stay prayed up. And that's the advantage that we have. Willie, I'm so glad that you joined us tonight. I hope you'll take some time to comment because Willie lives in Texas. And so he knows the feel and the lay of the land and the mentality of the people. So Star, tonight we were saying, is it mental illness or is it evil that makes these things, that makes these people do what they do? And what was going on in the school? See, Willie, I know how politically active you are um, in the community, and how you work in your personal community to keep people on the school board straight, to keep the commissioner straight. So do you think that's the level that we need to be working on? What do you think is going to happen next when it comes to beefing up the security in our schools? So thanks for joining us. Give it some thought, Willie, and take your time and type and let us know. Hi, Gail. Welcome, my love. Thank you so much for
Hey,
being in the
beautiful.
building. It's good to see you and be with you all tonight. We initially were going to talk about sexsomnia and monkeypox, and it had just seemed kind of, I don't know, kind of crazy. I guess we can still hit on that, but I just was like, what's been going on is too much for us to ignore it. Hold on, somebody is bothering me. Yes, kind of. So, yeah, so we want to hear from you all and see what you think. Now, Darren says that he does not. And I don't know, I don't know which question you're answering for us, Darren. He says, but these young people are very evil nowadays. We must continue to pray for them more. And you're absolutely right.
I
Um,
think he's saying he don't agree that that evaluation maybe every 3 months for these kids would make a difference.
or is he
Maybe.
saying that he doesn't think we need to all carry guns all the time? Let us know,
Mm,
Darren, what it
let us
is.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, that when you say I do not, I don't know what it was on. I apologize. We're talking and moving on, and you all are doing your thing, so I'm trying to keep up with you. But I'd like to see what kind of level of security is going to be stepped up in schools. Is something that's going to have to be done. Okay. He says, me too. The first one, Miss B. Okay. Thanks, Darren. But yeah, so I want to know, where do we begin to make a change? Because just like you said, even if you don't have children in school, you got grandchildren in school, you have other, other Oh, okay. All right. So Darren says, yeah, no guns. He says, no more guns. Well, the NRA is one of the most powerful lobbies in the country.
Yeah, they big.
They big. They're not
A
going to
lot
let
of
that
them.
happen. They're not
Yeah.
going to let that
No,
happen.
they're not letting you mess with them guns.
They ain't letting you mess with them guns. And it's like if you can't beat them, you got to join them. You know. Uh,
They gonna pay off whoever they need to pay off to make sure that don't happen and go away. Because every time they try to start beefing up and talking about pulling back and doing something about the guns, you notice it just trickle down, it just trickle off and fade away. They not playing. They gonna dish out that money. They gonna do whatever they need to support whoever they need to support. They gonna support them. Make sure that those guns don't get. Mm-mm. They not taking.
And
And
they're going to have to start stopping people at a gate. It's going to have to be where you can't even really get into the school. You know what I mean? Is like a fence around the perimeter, and then another inner fence there, and you don't get past. You don't get to go past the second one until you've been searched, questioned, and verified, and then we'll
Okay.
let you, and then we'll let you walk up to the office. But this
Or
boy
they're gonna
came
have
in
to
the
start
back
bringing the
door.
kids and escort them out to the front door and giving them to the parents. Don't come into school at all. I mean, they made changes for coronavirus, made changes for the kids' safety.
Yep. If
Stay in
you
the
do
car
that,
at the curb. Or we'll walk the child out. Once the child come down to the office, they're being dismissed for the day. We'll sign them out. We'll walk out there with a clipboard and let you sign them out. Put your child in the car with you, and off you go. You don't even have to step foot in the school.
right.
It's some solutions that they can come up with that's not shouldn't be that hard to implement.
Yeah. And then people just in the school willy-nilly, uh all during the day, not having, so he came in the back door. I would give anything to know what he said to those people. What did he say to security? What were their questions to him? And whoever those people were who he got by, somebody need to keep a watch on them, because somebody's going to lose their mind behind that. Somebody's going to take their own life behind feeling the level of guilt and shame that comes with making an oversight of that, you know,
Incident, feeling like
it-
they had something to do with
yeah,
it.
that,
Yeah, it's heavy.
that gravity, that, of that incident. How can you sleep at night? How can you, think about anything other than what you should have done? If I coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Uh-huh. That I did this differently, right? It
I don't
had to
know.
be something about this fella that looked suspicious, seemed suspicious. Because sometimes you just have to go on your gut feeling and instinct about people and the person. Like I said, when they questioned him at the second gate or the second encounter he had with the officers, what was he telling them? What did he tell them? This is the key. What did he tell them to let him proceed into the school? Whom did he say he was there to see? What was his business? Who was the child that he was coming to take out of school or to pick up or whatever? So you just said some words to the officer and brushed on by, just pushed your way through? Is that what happened? That they didn't give him permission to go on and he just brushed his way in? These
No,
are the
he
things
couldn't have
that we
done that. He couldn't have
right, but
done
I'm
that.
saying he did something to alert them to call and say, hey, it's an incident. This person is suspicious looking, or it's going down now, or it's about to go down. Something alerted them, and it didn't alert them soon enough because he never would have got in. That's what I'm saying. He had
Yeah.
to be cool enough to get by them. He had to he had to be cool enough to get by them.
Wow. So I don't know. Any suggestions from the audience? What's our next move? Willie Starr, I haven't heard from you, Texas Ranger. I want to know, what it's like in Texas, and what are
Darren
you
just
all
said something.
thinking?
What did he say? I think he said you were right about something, Miss B.
Oh yeah, that was Darren. He's, about the NRA
You
and how
already,
powerful and cruel
yeah,
they are.
mhm,
They are.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hmm.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
there's a solution like so many other issues in the world that we face today. Like I said, we just have to deal with things every day. We have to pray, lean on, depend on our higher power to keep us safe and protect, cover our children and our families, our homes, loved ones. What else can you
I
do?
think we do that already. I
No,
think
that's
we
what I'm saying.
already
That's what
do
we
that.
have to continue to do because other than that, what can we do? And even if they put laws in place and they make things stricter or harsher, or they, keep bringing kids out to the curb, it's always a way for something to go down. Somebody gonna find a way to get around it. They have how many things do they have in place to keep you and prevent you from robbing a bank? But yet, how many banks get robbed? They still getting robbed.
Not as easy though.
It's not as easy. It's risky, but hey, they're still being done.
Right. Let me
I,
tell you
I
something.
just laughed about. We laughed about. I think I sent you the little tape of the black girl. She went into the bank to cash her check, and I think her fees came up to just as much as her check was, and the lady didn't want to give her check back, and she got mad. She hopped up and hopped over the counter, got down on the other side, went in the cash register, took her check back, and stormed out the door and came out the bank to go to her car to go somewhere else to cash her check. And she's like, "Y'all full of crap. Y'all not finna take my check on no fees. I don't give a damn what you saying today. This check going out of here with me." And she took her check and she waltzed on up out of that bank. Now I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if they caught her. I don't know if they consider her violating some rules or laws. If she gonna get in any type of trouble for that, but she was not going to pay any fees out of that check. She was not having it.
Wow.
It was funny as hell.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And, and I hope she got away with it without
She
any
got away with it. She
repercussions.
walked out with her check in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "You ain't taking my whole check for no fees. You
Uh-uh.
lost your doggone mind."
Now, when
Not
I
happening
got
today.
a car note or something to pay, no, no, ma'am, no, sir, not happening, not
No,
happening.
no.
Hi, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, Kim. Welcome. Hi.
Monique, yes,
Hey,
you know.
Monique, how you doing? She says that boy is not old enough to buy a drink, but old enough to buy a gun. Wow. And is that part of the problem?
And that might have been his granddaddy gun or his daddy gun. You know, they keep guns and rifles and all kind of guns everywhere on their property. They live out in rural areas on farms and secluded places, and they got guns in closets, under chairs, and behind the
Yeah.
front door.
And they
They got them
hunt.
stashed everywhere.
Yeah, they hunt, they do all kinds of stuff. But he went
Yeah,
and bought all of that ammunition. Nobody questioned that. It's terrible. Yeah, Carlitha says you're right. When there's a will, there's a way. People do what they want. When evil has set its sights on being evil, uh,
mm-hmm.
there's no stopping them. And
Right.
and somebody who doesn't care, see, about dying. Anybody who does that, they're not, they're not all hung up about dying.
They don't
That
care.
doesn't mean anything to them.
They most likely know they will die when they go in to do something of that magnitude. This was the second largest mass shooting that we've had. So he pretty much knew he was gonna meet his maker, or
Hmm.
go
Yeah, they don't
face life
care.
in
They
prison.
don't care. I don't know.
They
There
don't
there
care.
are some of you. Kim is in the building. Listen, I spent the weekend with Kim. We had a wonderful time at Jules on Purpose,
Yes.
and congratulations on another fantastic event, your 5-year anniversary for doing so. But Kim employs her children in her business, and so Kim, you have children, you have grandchildren. How do you feel about them going to school every day? When you see these mass shootings, does that change how you feel? And not just Kim, everybody. You have children, you have grandchildren. You go to the grocery store, you go to church. We go to these places and don't even think about it. I'm in the airport. I'm not really thinking about somebody coming in there and shooting up the airport, but they sure could. Because
Right.
there's security to keep you from getting on a plane doing it. But
Yeah.
all before people get on a plane, they are standing in lines. They're waiting to go through security. They're like a bag, and anybody can come in there and rat tat 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 it all up, at any point. And so, do we live lives in fear and just not go anywhere, or do we strap up so that we can pop a cap off in somebody's ass or head or whatever is necessary to keep them off of us or to keep them from killing somebody else? I don't know. I would not want. I would be looking to homeschool my children, which is oh, I don't know. I don't know. How do y'all feel? Is y'all strapped? Y'all ready? I can't have no guns in my house. But what are you doing? What do you feel like we need to do? Is it something on the local political level? Uh, or is it, does it go higher up? I don't know what to do.
Well, like I say, on whatever level make changes and change laws and everything, somebody's still gonna go out there with the nonsense.
Yeah,
If
they are.
it's not shooting, they gonna be bombing. They gonna be throwing, bombs in the school. They gonna be doing this. They gonna find some way to disrupt lives, to kill, and to do foolishness. They will. They'll find a way.
Yeah. And
They can have.
yeah, they will, and that's the scary part. And Sinitra said that we live in perilous times, but I dare say that from the moment we set foot on this planet, it was perilous. The times have always been perilous. Whether you're running from a dinosaur, okay, you know, you're trying to protect
Or
yourself
bear
from
chasing you.
a bear, wild
A
animals,
lion.
because
Yeah.
we didn't always, drive around in cars and have
Yeah.
concrete houses and high-rise buildings, and the times have always been perilous, but now to have them be perilous, us one against one another, is terrible. Kim says, definitely is very scary. She says, I'm a grown woman and I'm scared just to pump gas. And I think it's interesting, Kim, that you say that, because she took me to the airport. I was with her in Orlando this weekend, and we had to leave home like 5:30, 5:45 this morning to go to the airport. And we stopped to get gas. And before she got out of the car, she said to me, I don't like stopping for gas, especially at this time, because whether it's nighttime early in the morning or nighttime late at night, it's still nighttime. And she says, I'm very uncomfortable doing this. She's
Mhm.
already had a traumatic incident at a gas station,
Okay.
where her husband was shot. You stop to buy gas and to go in the store and get a pack of gum or something to drink, and next thing you know, you have an incident. And so it's nerve wracking for some. It's traumatizing. And she says,
Yeah.
"Hey, I don't like doing it
Yeah.
because when you're pumping gas, you're very vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
very vulnerable. You have to really be on high alert. You have to have your keys in your hand, or be weapon
Lock the
ready, or make
door.
sure you lock your door, and and pump and stand and look and turn around, and now your door is locked and somebody come. Can you get in the door fast enough? Or and that crap about people slipping in your door while you're not looking,
Pumping gas, taking your purse, and all that
and
craziness.
all
Yeah.
is yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but it's
Yeah.
hard to have to raise our children in this type of environment, because people in our age range, we didn't experience this. This wasn't part of our lifestyle. There was war, but it wasn't war in our community, and the war wasn't on us. Not like that, not on the children. um, that wasn't happening. So we do what we can do.
And
Hold your, representatives accountable. And I think probably what's going to have to happen is that the parents at each individual school will need to uh, get with the powers that be at their school and work to make their school safer. It has to be it has to really be personalized. You have to say, all right, what's your security operation here at this school, and what can we do to intensify it? We, like, just like you said, girlfriend Peggy, we did it for COVID, made all different kind of changes and rules and everything for COVID. I remember you couldn't even go in the bank. The bank would have to buzz you in. They have, two different doors, and
make an
have
appointment.
a mask and sanitize your hands. And
Make an appointment. You had to make an appointment to go in and handle business in the bank.
you did.
Yep.
You did.
Hmm.
You
So
did.
they can make some changes.
Wow. She said her children are afraid and they didn't want to go to school today.
Wow.
You know, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That we're going to have to take it on a very personal basis. Leonard agrees. You're going to have to go to that school and say, "Hey, what do we need to do to keep our children safe and make sure that what happened there doesn't happen here."
I'm sure they said that at the Parkway down in Fort Lauderdale after that school had a mass shooting. They say that after every time it happened, putting metal detectors in the schools and this, that, and the other, and all kinds of things. We're saying it would cost a lot of money, but rich people they can donate a metal detector to a school in honor with their name on it or something like that. I'm sure you have plenty of people donating metal detectors, and it don't matter if they cost $15,000 or $20,000. There's people out there with that type of money that will be willing to donate in honor of, for a school that
Yes.
would donate their money to make sure they have their operating working machine in order. So I don't think that would be a problem or issue. They just need to put it out there that that's what they need. That's
Yep.
looking for donors to donate the money for the machines to be purchased for a particular school. Do fundraisers, do donations, do cookie sales, do whatever they need to do to get this money up, to get these metal detectors in these schools at the
Yep.
front gate, at the front door, or
Yep.
every entryway. I don't know what it's going to take,
I don't either. I don't either.
but
But that might be one thing, or money to pay more people, more security, more
but one
folks with
one security
wands.
guard per school is not enough. Not if you at the front gate. Who manning the school? Who walking around the school and checking in on the classrooms and the PE room and the playground area? You need two, three, four officers at a school a day.
For sure. Ray Marine says he is strapped and will bust a cap. He said, I'm not going to pray and turn the other cheek. I am nowhere in the Bible.
Okay, well that's what's up.
Yep. Ray says, hey, you mess around with me, I got something for your ass.
Right, and I'm
Okay.
surprised that that grocery store incident, the owners didn't come out with a gun because the owners of the store, somebody in that store, eh, usually packing. Let it be a small convenience store with the Arabs or the Chinese people or whoever. You best
Yeah.
believe they
The
got
Asian
guns behind
people,
that counter.
right? Yep. Even in the Spanish stores, but in the Asian stores, the Spanish stores, the Jamaican store, there'll always be somebody sitting over in the corner. Old Poppy sitting in the corner watching everything that's going on. They got somebody in there. I'm like I said, I'm just shocked that folks came in there blasting and nobody had, I wouldn't have anything, but I know some people who I travel with who would. So eh, nobody had a gun, nobody could stop him. Well, if Ray Marine had been there, it would have been a done deal. Ain't that right? So
He
Ray
didn't.
this weekend
Ray
too.
they come in tonight, but you can't make this shit up tonight. That's a we got to ring the bell on that one. That's the first.
Let me tell you something. And Ray came out to the event on Sunday. He joined us at Kim's event
Okay,
for the
that
Family
was
Fun Day
nice.
and
Yeah.
patronized some of the vendors and everything. So I got to see him in person, which I
Oh, that
haven't
was
had an
nice.
opportunity to see him in person for a while. And I'm coming over there this weekend, Ray. Fry me up some fish. It's on and popping. But yeah, it's a very delicate, trying time. And of course, we'll keep everybody lifted in prayer. And I pray that if you have to, to shoot a sniper, that you hit him the first time right between the eyes. That's my prayer. And that he dropped dead on the spot. That's my prayer. But it's important to us to keep everybody. Ray said, period, point blank, end of the discussion. You know, it's important to keep everybody covered and lifted in prayer. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I tell you what, we touched on that tonight, and we thank you all for joining us. We can keep this party going if you'd like to, or we can resume it at another time. Just by a show of hands, let me know who wants to talk about sexsomnia or monkeypox or both. So if you want to do that, we'll keep it going. But I'm gonna tell you this though, I'm tired. So or if you would like for us to resume that on another day, perhaps tomorrow. I have to see how girlfriend Peggy is doing and what she wants to talk about. But we sure did want to talk to you about that because those are in, he said, what is that? Okay, you want to know what sexsomnia is? What's the matter, girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good for the stay. I'm good for tomorrow. I'm always ready on this. I'm Johnny. Just let's
Okay,
do it. Let's
well,
do it.
yeah, let's see. I want to give you the exact definition.
Okay,
Uh,
and I have the definition for the monkeypox.
Okay,
Pulled
every
up.
time every time we talk about sex, I think people get concerned that we're always talking about same-sex sex.
Yeah, and let me tell you how this topic came up for us. You know, I'm an avid watcher of Jerry Springer. I'm watching Jerry Springer all the time with the foolishness. Okay, and so the young man was on there sitting, and he was, explaining to Jerry why he was on the show. He said because I had sex with my girl's best girlfriend while I was asleep. I have a rare sleeping sex disease disorder, and I have sex with people while I'm sleeping. I wake up the next morning, I don't remember. And so Jerry was like, "Yeah, yeah, right. That's a good one. Yeah, you can't make that up, type of thing." And so when the girl came out and he told her the same thing, she was like, you really think I'm stupid? You really want me to buy this? So I said, let me Google sexsomnia and see what happened. And sure enough, I Googled it, looking at the show, and it came up. And you pulled it up, and so you can read what it says.
Yeah, it's known in layman's terms as sleep sex. It was once reported by nearly 8% of patients at a sleep disorder center and was more prevalent in men versus women, according to the Academy of Sleep Medicine. The first known case of sexsomnia was reported in 1986, and worldwide, only 94 cases have been documented. That's documented. That doesn't mean it's only 94. It's just
Right.
that they only can really, really say for sure 94.
Yeah.
According to a 2015 study, it is a disorder that is believed to be unreported. And here's what it is exactly: it is characterized as a parasomnia. Sexsomnia is a complex sleep disorder involving sexual behaviors during sleep, particularly during non-rapid eye movement, the NREM sleep. Parasomnias occur in between the sleep stages. As the longer you
Oh,
sleep, you
from
go,
level,
deeper.
yeah.
The sleeping
Deeper
rhythm
sleep.
change. You go from delta to theta waves and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so they occur in between sleep stages where you act out awake like behaviors. So you're doing things as if you are awake, even when you are still asleep. Okay, and with the parasomnias, your brain is caught in between those phases of sleep. So with sleep sex, the individual is not typically aware that that they are engaging in sexual activity during sleep. After the event, the person displaying sleep sex behaviors will experience amnesia and fall back asleep with no reflection that the event even occurred. Well,
That
doggone it, that's a waste of time. How you gonna be out there getting some?
A waste of time for who? The one receiving the sex and the one doing the sex. Because if he not remembering, it seems like it's a waste of time for him. But if the person on the other end receiving some good sex while he sleep and you getting your groove on, then this is not wasted. But it sounds like a lie. We got people now that's just gonna start. I'm sure they probably tried to use that anyway and didn't even know it was a real thing that really happened. But it's such a thing. It really happens. But like you say, it's for a few. It's only 94 cases, and how many people really gonna be telling the truth about that thing they didn't remember?
You're right. Listen, I'd be like, you didn't remember. Your nasty ass need to remember. Only 8% of patients with sleep disorders have it. Ray Marine says it sounds like the Nutty Professor. And then here he comes with his classic weekly line.
Can't
You
make this
can't
shit
make
up.
this shit up.
We didn't make it up. We did
didn't
not
make
make
it up,
this
Ray.
up. This is real.
We did not make it up. It is for
Yes.
real. Okay. Now here it is. Here are the signs and symptoms of sexsomnia. Okay. It's also referred to as sexual behavior and sleep SBS. It presents differently from one person to another. However, there are a variety of common behaviors displayed during a sleep sex event. These common behaviors and signs of sexsomnia include talking dirty, moaning, masturbating, pelvic thrusting, sexually fondling a bed partner, having an orgasm, participating in foreplay with a bed partner, engaging in sexual intercourse, having vacant, glassy eyes during these behaviors. And then some of them have sleep related violence. So all of them are not just having sex. Sometimes they can get violent. Yes, Ray, we not making this shit up. You
You're
can't.
not making
'Cause
it
you
up,
can't.
baby. Not at all.
Behaviors
Not
may
at
be
all.
more assertive than otherwise would be had the individual been awake. Additionally, these behaviors may be aggressive, violent, and or harmful to the bed partner. Some
Wow.
sexsomnia events may produce physical effects such as lacerations or genital bruising. They can even result in sexual assault. If the latter is the case, bed partners, roommates, or family members concerned about assault or aggressive behavior may want to sleep in separate bedrooms with locks on the door until the situation is resolved. They have
Yeah.
not determined, though, what causes it. It could be it's a relatively new, unreported condition. It might be idiopathic parasomnia, meaning it spontaneously arises without any identified neuro, neurological dispositions.
Mm.
So that means that shit just might pop up on your ass.
Yeah, because you got to keep a frying pan or a bat or something next to you, because if he wake up, I mean, he's sleeping, he turning over, he getting his groove on, and he getting too rough and too out of hand, you may have to knock him out.
You
You gonna
might
wake
have
him up.
you might have to.
You might
You
have to
might
knock
have
him
to
out or
handle.
wake him up, so because something the hell is going wrong here.
Right.
So you gonna have to get up off me if you being aggressive and just being a crazy man.
Right. If you acting like you don't even know
You're
me,
not gonna kill me.
you ain't gonna kill me. And I'm laid up in here naked,
You're not gonna
dead. No,
kill
you're
me.
not.
And then please sex on me, and walk away free. No,
No,
not happening.
not happening. And I wonder if these people roam around the house or if they leave the building. Or they always do it to somebody that's over there, that's
I
in the
think it
bed with
happened
them.
right there close where they sleep. They just turn over on who close by or whatever. They gravitate toward them, because he said that he was sleeping on the sofa and the best friend was on the floor, and they end up having sex. But then the best friend said, that's not the first time we had sex and you were awake. So he trying to mix up sexsomnia and having that disorder with him really cheating on the girl. He trying to mix them two together, like she's supposed to, buy that he really was asleep. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was some shakiness to that, but it
Yeah.
is a real disorder.
Uh, well,
Rare,
take your lying cheating ass on
really
somewhere.
rare disorder.
Ray, Ray don't play. He says one good backhand slap will wake any person up that has this. I promise.
Okay, knock the hell out of him. He'll wake up.
He'll wake up.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, oh, so that's what sexsomnia is. If you've hopefully you haven't been a victim or you haven't made anybody else a victim. And but that's very interesting. And then the next thing that we have to battle in this perilous world in which we live is the doggone monkeypox. Now we had chickenpox. I had chickenpox when I was little. Girlfriend Peggy has the update on what is monkeypox.
Okay, the monkeypox virus is an orthopox virus, a genus that includes a camelpox, cowpox, vaccinia, and varroa viruses. The virus is the foremost orthopox virus affecting human populations since smallpox education confirmed by the World Health Organization in 1980. In the signs of monkeypox in humans, the symbols of monkeypox are similar to but milder than the symptoms of smallpox. Monkeypox begins with fever, headaches, muscle aches, and exhaustion. And I wanted to, how do humans get monkeypox? They have different questions that they can answer for you. How do you get the monkeypox virus? What is the treatment, and where does monkeypox start? Let's go to where it started. Well, how it starts. Less severe than smallpox, monkeypox typically causes flu-like symptoms: fever, fatigue, muscles, swollen lymph nodes, and a rash. The rash can appear on the face, genitals, palms, soles of feet, and elsewhere on the body. And it started in West Africa. They say it started in rodents, and then it transferred into humans.
Mm.
It started in Africa, in West Africa. Let me see.
Is there anything about how many? So people now in the United States have it or are getting it?
They said it like they have like nine cases that's here in the
Yeah.
United States, and they two in one state, and then I think Florida has one, and I believe Texas have two states, or Canada has one or two. Says monkeypox was first discovered in 1958 when two outbreaks of a pox-like disease occurred in colonies of monkeys kept for research, hence the name monkeypox. The first human case of monkeypox was recorded in 1970 in the Democratic Republic of Congo during a period of intensified effort to eliminate smallpox. Since then, monkeypox has been reported in humans and other Central and Western African countries. Monkeypox is a rare disease that is caused by infection with monkeypox virus.
Mm. So where did those people go to get monkeypox?
Well, they say it started off in Western Africa. It
Okay.
started in a colony of where they were doing studies on monkeys,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a outbreak from there that it got, I guess you would say, loose, or somebody got infected with it and it started, spreading. Scientists,
So
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are collaborating with the Massachusetts Department of Public Health to investigate a case of monkeypox in a U.S. resident who has recently traveled to Canada. So there's somebody in Canada, Florida, and one other state that it's like nine people that have the monkeypox here in the United States. So what they saying today is not something for us to be alarmed about, but like any virus, like the coronavirus started, and they didn't really think that was something for us to be alarmed about, or that we really had to have a major concern in the beginning, that it was kind of fluffed under the rug for a while. it could be the same thing with monkeypox. We don't know where it's gonna go because, like I say, I think they just keep putting one thing, one virus after another, dropping and dropping and dropping to create more virus, more vaccines for more people to be eliminated, to get more people vaccine for this, for that, for the flu, for the pneumonia. You know, they want you to keep taking these vaccines.
Hmm. I'm not doing it.
No,
I've never had a flu shot. I've never had a pneumonia shot. And I'm not doing the vaccine thing. So there you go. Well, so there you have it. That's sexsomnia and monkeypox in a nutshell. I hope we answered all of your questions, or at least stimulated you enough to go look it up and find out more about it yourself. And so here we go. We can't wait to do it all over again with you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. on Raw Talk Live. It's been a blast. We'll keep each other lifted in prayer, and until
all those
then,
in Texas, yeah, that lost
yes,
children,
yes,
grandchildren, our hearts and prayers go out to you. Like I said, the sorrow I'm sure is felt across the
yes.
world,
Yes,
around the
yes,
world.
indeed. Yes,
Hmm.
indeed. And so,
Yeah.
just keep an eye on us, and we'll let you know what we'll be talking about next Wednesday. In the meantime, stay safe. And girlfriend Peggy, you look absolutely beautiful. I love your head wrap tonight.
Thank you.
It
I
is
got my
stunning.
ponytail. Yeah, I came out with my little hoodie on. I wanted to be kind of, incognito tonight, so I was kind of covered up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
This,
yes, and
this is my
that's all
thug
right.
attire. This is my thug attire.
Okay, you are the most glamorous thug I ever met. I can tell you that much. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all be good. Hold it down. Be safe. Hug and love on your children. God bless you. Uh, see you next week on Raw Talk Live.
Yes.